What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Classic dropping a car vlog. Hope you guys and gals are having a wonderful day. If nobody tells you, remember that God loves you. Christ loves you, and I love you as well. I'm praying for you guys. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Make sure you go to the doctor. I know that's just a random, but make sure you get yourself checked out. This is something that I need to do for myself. Outside of just working out and eating healthy stuff like that. Just make sure everything's okay. Stuff in this world is just making us just drop any time, any moment, and stuff like that. So if anything is preventative, it's preventive. Let's make sure we take care of that. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the Take It Home podcast where I talk about professional wrestling topics. And I'm putting my matches as classic out for professional wrestler of 13 years. Make sure you also subscribe to C3 Ultimate Wrestling. That is me and my wife's professional wrestling company, despite everything that's going on. Next show, May 23rd, called 20. It's the 20th show in C3's existence. Get tickets now on Eventbrite. They are $5 off. They'll be $5 more at the door. Bars. Dyer, Indiana. Harold's private venue. 20. Get your tickets now. WWE once again has a celebrity problem. I've talked about many a times before that I think they lean more towards celebrities doing certain things. Now, some of these celebrities are coming in, and not only are they wrestling, they are doing very good. Some of them, you can call them a wrestler and stuff like that. The Logan Pauls. With Logan Paul, dang, that feels like a full-time wrestler more than anything, especially now as a champion. But you give him, you can give him the ups for that. Being there a lot. I know he's a busy man, he's a businessman and all that. A lot of people don't like his business practices, but still, he's there a lot. But then you got other guys like Bad Bunny, Pat McAfee, us other people that they are solid. Now, with me saying that, I'm a wrestler, right? So I'm going to always try to stick up more for the wrestler more than the celebrity, because most likely the wrestler worked harder to be there as a wrestler. Now, I'm not saying that the celebrities and all of these other athletes, streamers and stuff, they don't work hard. They work hard in other things as well. Sure, they trained. Sure, they picked it up and stuff like that. But at the same time, some of these people who have millions of streamers, millions of viewers, subbers, money, and all of this stuff, some people can just go in. And usually when they wrestle, they are taking a wrestler's spot. It's not them per se, as in it's their fault for doing it. But at the same time, as a wrestler myself, I definitely understand why some people are opposed to celebrities coming in. Some of them come in, they do great, but they're not grateful for the business that they're in. Ronda Rousey. What's going on? Ronda Rousey was a very, very talented wrestler. His personality wasn't good. Felt entitled to a lot of stuff because her UFC career did not go well after she took them 2 L's. And she felt like the world owed her something. I don't think she respected it. She tried to expose it. She said small stuff. She showed up to AEW to not even wrestle for AEW, talking about this was a small FU to Tony Khan. And it's like, not Tony Khan, TK, I'm sorry. TK ain't worrying about Ronda. And even then, Ronda would come back. And that's the bad part. They'll still bring her back, but I don't think they was worrying about her and stuff. Some of these people, it's not even just WWE, AEW. Like I said, Ronda Rousey showed up. Action Bronson wrestled. Shaq wrestled. Now, Shaq should have wrestled on the pay-per-view, but Shaq wrestled. Snoop did some stuff in AEW and WWE. Like, you have these athletes or these celebrities and rappers and stuff. They want to come in and wrestle. Kevin Gates, he hit Tony Nese. You get them involved in matches and stuff like that. And I understand certain things, but still, I'm going to always think, even if they worked hard for the spot, I'm going to always think that you are potentially taking something away from a wrestler that probably deserved to be there more than you. Honestly, I'm going to always feel that way when it comes to certain things. Last week's Friday, not last Friday, because Friday was yesterday. SmackDown was the Jelly Roll show. They must call it Jelly Down or Smack Roll, whatever you wanted to call it, Smack Jelly. Like, people was talking to him as a confidant. They had promo time, TV time. He went against Kit Wilson. Not only did he face him, he beat him, and then he got RKO'd. at the end of the show. So it's just like, you know, I don't listen to Jelly Roll's music. I do love that he's an advocate for Christ. I love that. But at the same time, I'm not trying to see Jelly Roll a lot. And then another thing is he's not even wearing traditional gear. He's wearing just black everything. Now, I know he's slimmed down and maybe self-conscious about how he looks, but I'm not trying to watch a lot of Jelly Roll. That sounds so crazy. On SmackDown, I'm just not. I'll show Speed. I know he has small things, but it's looking like the closer we get to WrestleMania, most likely he's going to wrestle, most likely against LA Knight maybe. But even then, you know, he was at Royal Rumble and they put him in the Royal Rumble and he eliminated like one person and stuff before he got speared out his boots. So I was like, yes, this stuff can be very, very entertaining and I can laugh at it. But in my mind, in the back of my mind, in my heart, I'm like, man, a wrestler definitely could have did something with this. They definitely could have did something with that. We're looking at Randy Orton, right? Calling somebody for the past few weeks, and people are like, oh, is it Ted DiBiase? Not saying it should have been Ted. Who is it? Who is he talking to? Who is he talking to? It's Pat McAfee who just shows up when Cody is beating up Randy. What's going on? What's going on? Like, Cody was beating up Randy, turns around, Pat just walking around with his shirt, like, oh, look at my shirt. They kicks him in between the legs. Cuts a promo. Now, the promo wasn't bad. The promo was very good. The problem is, what the heck is Pat McAfee doing with Randy? Oh, well, Randy should be this, and Randy should be that. A lot of fans, like he said, you know, we felt like wrestling was past him and stuff like that. And he low-key kind of legit felt that way. And he also felt tired with the schedule. So usually when people are very, very open about what they don't like about WWE, sometimes WWE will not have nothing to do with them. It wasn't that long ago Pat McAfee said these comments, but now it looks like he's going to be a part of WrestleMania. So people do feel a certain way because they were like, first of all, let me say this. If y'all want people to cheer Cody and boo Randy, that's not happening. It don't matter. It does not matter. It does not matter. They are going to boo Cody and cheer Randy. Randy literally is in his hometown, said he's going to win it for his home, which is in St. Louis, pointed to his family, and people cheered. Oh, I'm going to be a 15. I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for y'all. I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for St. Louis. Boo. I'm doing it for me and my family. Yay! Like, nobody's going to boo Randy. Adding Pat McAfee to it is not going to do that. Pat McAfee's promo that he did, that's not going to help people boo Randy. It's just not going to. This feud didn't really need Pat McAfee. And Pat McAfee may take away a lot of the shine from Randy Orton. But still, Pat McAfee comes out of nowhere, does a great promo, talks about people, doofuses, foreign Adam Pearce, and it's funny, and it is entertaining and stuff. He's cursing. He's doing all of this stuff. Now, what makes it worse for the Pat McAfee situation is that it's alleged that TKO said, hey, put him in there, and alleged that Pat is cool with somebody from TKO and wanted Pat to be there because they want to elevate Pat into being like the next action star. Allegations? I don't know. Because people is like, how dare TKO tell WWE what to do? Now, to be honest, I don't think this is the first and will be the last time TKO has put some influence on WWE wrestling. It's their company. It's their company. It's their company more than Paul. It's their company more than Nick. Whatever Vince plan tried to do, it just didn't work unless he still got a plan. What's the plan, Mr. McMahon? But still, it just, you know, they have the influence. They have the certain things. Hey, I want you to go here. I want you to work there. Like, I don't think that they have that kind of contract to where WWE can say no to a lot of stuff. Still, I do think that it is a little crazy because, like I said, Pat was definitely not the one. Now, if they're doing this to shake things up, boy, did they shake it up. Shaking baked chicken. Y'all remember that? Crazy. Like I said, honestly, it should have just had Cody be booed. Honestly, it could have just had him be booed. Simple as that. Now I know Trick Williams came out with like Lil Yachty. I know that Lil Yachty has been like at a lot of WWE events. Shout out to you, Amy. it ain't no plan they think true wrestling fans will keep buying no matter what. That's going to go into my next thing, too. I think that WWE really is just throwing things to the wall and seeing what's sticking. Monday started with the SmackDown champion, Cody Rhodes, coming out, and Stephanie McMahon comes out. She comes out, basically talks to Cody, you're not your father, and Cody says, you're not your father, slaps, oh, I'm going to tell you what kind of guy Randy Orton is. They've been saying this. Cody said he wanted this version of Randy. A lot of people say this almost every time. It's like repetitive. Oh, you don't know Randy like I know Randy. Oh, you don't know Randy like I know Randy. Mind you, this is on Raw. CM Punk should have opened the show. Or a CM Punk segment with Roman should have opened the show. Or Stephanie should have talked to CM Punk. Come on, now I know it's Madison Square Garden and I know it's historic and all of this other stuff and all that, but still, y'all could have did this as a backstage segment. I'm sure it would have hit just as hard. It would have hit just as hard. So y'all there keep doing stuff. Like I said, if Paul McAfee being the reveal is a last minute thing, they should have kept this in the vault. They could have vaulted this. And like I said, it was a good promo. The problem is it was not necessary, really. They really didn't need to do this. And people are going to always be like, who was it for real? Who was he actually supposed to call if TKO stepped in? TKO has stepped in a lot of stuff. But still, Trick Williams, he comes out with Little Yachty. Little Yachty is more accepted, I guess, because he's been there for a bit. And some people feel like Little Yachty and Trick should come out more often. Don't know. I didn't watch the segment yet. I'll watch it when I get in. But still, like I said, this will take away, if he wrestles, it's going to take away a wrestler spot. Now, if it's a manager, that's a little different. Now, Pat probably is going to come out with Randy, or maybe he's going to get injured by Cody beforehand. But still, a wrestler, when a celebrity wrestles or non-wrestler wrestles, it takes away a spot for a wrestler. So a lot of people are going to be upset with that. Like a lot of people, there's allegations that people were upset that TKO said something with Pat to use them, and that's why Cody came out and said they can kiss my butt. What you gonna do? Fire me? Was it successful like the last time? Now, if that's supposed to be a FU to TKO like Ronda Rousey, whatever. Or they just saying something to make things interesting. I mean, come on now, it's WWE. A lot of people like to speculate certain things. That's why I say allegedly. I'm watching what y'all saying. I'm not sitting here like, oh, they better clean this up or they better fix it. I am critical of it, of course. But I'm not going to sit here and just be like, oh, they're tricking y'all. They're tricking y'all. One, because it's WrestleMania season. I think WrestleMania 40 was a great time where they tricked a lot of people, because a lot of people thought this wrestler was done. A lot of people thought they was doing this and that. The only bad part about it was that The Rock just couldn't keep his mouth shut about a lot of stuff. I just feel like The Rock had an ego and was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to say this and that. And then also, not only am I going to do that, I'm going to break kayfabe right in front of you. Oh, I'm going to be The Rock right now. And then now I'm going to be good. Oh, I'm Dwayne now. Oh, yeah, we're doing a great job. I should do a video about that. Because to me, The Rock is more obviously a non-wrestler than a wrestler, and he's ran with that. And I think that it boils his blood that WWE technically doesn't need him like he wants them to need him. Like that stupid thing about The Rock and Roman, because Cody wanted to give it to him, was the dumbest thing. And the fact that they went out there and almost ruined a great WrestleMania. Because you gonna tell me this dude who won Royal Rumble 2 times in a row wanted to give The Rock his opportunity so he can face his cousin because he didn't feel like he can win? Like, that wasn't even the story that was going into it. It was just so random. It was so random, man. And it was what were they doing? WWE is going to have to be careful, because they're going to realize that just because they are WWE, it doesn't mean that people are going to stay. The money is made not from the ticket sales, but from the businesses that y'all do, from the cities and stuff that are bidding for WrestleMania and bidding for Royal Rumbles and SummerSlams and all of that, your sponsorships and stuff. And I'm sure y'all are doing good and aren't losing money, but it's looking like a lot of people aren't making a lot of sales. And even Pat McAfee speaking about it is just something in itself. And that's something to also think about too. If TKO is actually like the ones that put a foot in for him, and I'm not saying it's not true, it's kind of weird that they would allow him to speak about the low SmackDown ratings and the low ticket sales that they had, huh? Huh? At this point, you just bring up somebody and then they start talking about WWE and then they're a hero. It's like a Stone Cold effect. That's what I'm going to call it. Karrion Kross did the same thing about, oh, they don't want me to be higher up. They don't want to do this. And it worked for him for a bit. They bought shirts and stuff and they wanted him and then they let him go. AJ Styles, before he retired, he said people didn't want him to do that. But that lasted only as long as Raw. After that, he didn't really bring nothing up. So this anti-establishment stuff is getting a little played out, in my opinion. They're doing a lot of played out stuff. Everybody named Mama got an accomplice and a manager heading into WrestleMania, at least this point. Roman got his cousins, right? Jade got Michin and B-Fab. Liv got Raquel and Roxanne. And now Randy possibly has Pat McAfee. And then Cody may have Jelly Roll. Like, everything is rinse, wash, repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. And as far as like the celebrity thing, like I said, celebrities have been a part of WrestleMania since WrestleMania. Your Muhammad Ali, Mr. T, Cyndi Lauper, rock and roll people. You've had performances. You've had a whole bunch of stuff. You've had segments and stuff. And even outside of WrestleMania, Raw general managers and stuff with AEW and TNA and stuff like that. People butcher the names and stuff. They've been involved, but they don't have to be heavily involved into WrestleMania. It's called WrestleMania. And like I said, you have a lot of guys and gals that are very, very talented. Snooki wrestled at WrestleMania one time. And John Morrison, a.k.a. Johnny Nitro, a.k.a. I don't know what he calls himself now. But he was upset. He was upset that she was wrestling with, because he wanted his lady, Melina, who was actually a wrestler. Now, how he acted was not cool, but I understand why he was mad. Maria Menounos and all of this stuff. This is from the past. Now we're looking at the future. We're looking at more celebrities are coming in to wrestle. Now, I don't know if Speed is going to face LA Knight. I wouldn't be surprised. Jelly Roll is going to have some kind of involvement. Wouldn't be surprised. Maybe even Lil Yachty. Who knows? But they definitely have one. Pat McAfee has wrestled many a times for WWE, even at a WrestleMania. And he's good, but at the same time, he made little comments about WWE, and then you fast forward, and now he's back at WWE wrestling. Bella Twins, who not really technically celebrities, in my opinion, they said all kind of stuff about WWE. Now look at them. You can look, but you can't touch. Give us new contracts and we'll forget. It's not bars, I'm just saying. So when are we getting better writing? We will only get better writing when their pockets get hit. I think them trying to do Unreal, which is scripted and unscripted, they're trying to show people what they do because they want to say, oh, well, it may not be my fault. It may be somebody else's fault. Road Dogg, he's speaking about a lot of the things that he had involved with creative. And apparently he said he was the one that was pushing for Chelsea Green to be a big star and stuff. And, you see how they kind of treating her. But like he was very, very vocal about what was going on with certain things. And we've looked at clips of certain things and how they want to do things because they're trying to sit here and be like, hey, if you can't blame just one person, you got to blame a lot of people, which is way worse because dang, 5 or 6 people can't use their heads to get together to do something to be like, what do the fans want? See, in order to get what the fans want, you have to look at wrestling as a fan yourself. And I know that these guys have wrestled for years and stuff like that, and maybe they have forgotten how to. But if I'm looking at something, you guys know with C3, when I look at C3, I'm looking at all the matches, and I'm like, oh, I like that. This is good. This is dope. I would like that. Oh, man, I would spend so much money. I would come back for this show because this show is so great. And I thank God for that. That's what makes C3 works so well because we do want to be entertaining. We just don't want to be like, okay, well, we're just killing it and we can just do anything and people will come back. No, we care about people time, right? Because when you lose it, you cannot get it back. So I would want them to spend the 2 hours of C3 time enjoying it. WWE doesn't have that factor, in my opinion. I just think because they already have the money, they feel like they can just do anything. And then even with TKO's influence, because I don't think this is the first time. I know, like, this may be the one that's people are speaking about the most, but still, Pat McAfee, come on, man. And I have nothing against Pat McAfee, but come on. He was the one that Randy talked to. Why would Randy, the guy who has the voices in his head, use his phone to hear the voice on the other phone of Pat McAfee? Doesn't make sense. Excuse me. This is not as bad, but close to it, about Cody giving up his WrestleMania spot to The Rock. And you can't tell me no different. Is this what Cody sells for The Rock for help? And that would be stupid too, because The Rock don't need no part of no WrestleMania. And that's another thing. Roman was speaking to CM Punk saying, we don't like you here. We'll give you a contract, a legends contract, talking about CM Punk. We'll do this. Started sounding like his cousin The Rock. And Punk was like, who's here? You're not here. You're here by yourself. Like, this is what I'm saying. Y'all trying to do this anti-establishment and establishment thing, and it's just not working. Next year, most likely it will be. And it will be in Saudi Arabia. So that's going to be like another thing in itself. I think they are waiting for Sami Zayn to win in Saudi Arabia next year. That's why they're trying to do like this kind of arc of success for Sami. That's why Sami, who I heard was calling Sammy Hogan, that's why he's doing this stuff. He's winning titles and stuff and all that. Now, I think he is going to lose to Trick at WrestleMania. I do wish Carmelo was involved, but still, I do think they're going to do he's a loser thing. And that's what they've been doing for the past 2, 3, 4 years. 3, 4 years for Sami. They've been doing this for 3 to 4 years. Even when Sami was in the bloodline, honorarius and stuff. Lovable underdog. People love Sami and all of this stuff. Now all of a sudden, this underdog thing. They've been doing this for 3 years. Like, even since he was faced Gunther and stuff like that. Even before that, going against the Usos and Roman and stuff. He was always the underdog. He was the underdog this, underdog that. Now, I know people are booing him and they're like tipping the iceberg about making him a heel, but y'all should have did that for Cody. This is almost like the same thing. It's two guys doing the same thing. Johnny Gargano, I don't know what they're going to do with him. I know he's in NXT or whatever like that. I would have put money that he was close to being out the door and going to AEW to fight with Tommaso. But like I said, I don't want to just put that on somebody like losing a job or just being released, especially when they don't want to be released. You got what I'm saying? But still, we'll see where it goes from here. But it's looking like Celeb Mania is coming. What you going to do when these celebrities take over the wrestling spots over you? Like I said, I'm a wrestler, man. So I'm going to feel a certain way when I see a non-wrestler who just showed up and hasn't consistently been there, just showed up and get a spot. I mean, like I said, Logan is different because Logan literally has been there, dang near full time with the Vision. With the Vision going through the Vision, with everything, with injuries and stuff like that, I think does a great job with what he's doing. And, as a wrestler, I think he does a great job because he's been there. Jelly Roll just showed back up and now he's wrestling and stuff like that. And I'm like, I was looking at the match and my wife was looking at it too, and she was upset. She's like, well, what kind of mess is this? Like, what are y'all doing with this? And y'all trying to push him as a powerhouse, and it's just not now. He's not a powerhouse. The man, come on, man. He don't even look like a powerhouse. Just ridiculous. But let me know what you guys think. Am I bugging? Is they bugging? Let me know. Hope you guys and gals have a wonderful day. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.